Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a couples Q&A. This is my husband Drew, if you guys don't know. And then, should we introduce Athena?
Yeah.
You want to hold her up?
Oh, okay.
We just got the cutest little puppy. Meet Athena. We just got her a couple of days ago.
2 days
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah, the kids were wanting a puppy.
Super bad.
Yeah, we figured this quarantine time was a good time to get one. So, I gotta get my...
Before we start, let's address this right here. I don't normally have facial hair.
Oh yeah, Drew's Drew's working from home because of the coronavirus.
Yeah, crazy times.
So he's been working from home for about a month now.
Yeah.
So in the military, you're not allowed to have facial hair besides for a mustache. Yeah, so he's been
just growing it out. Seeing what happens.
Yeah. I've never seen you with facial hair before, so
neither have I.
It's very interesting, but it's growing on me. I think he looks, you guys will have to say who he looks like in the comments, but I keep looking at him and I'm like, you either look like Doctor Strange or Littlefinger from Game of Thrones. I don't know, but you might look like someone else too that I just can't like put my finger on it. Anyways, we got our Dalgona coffee because it is 11 o'clock at night right now, so we definitely need it to get through this. Well, let's just dive right in.
Let's do it.
I asked on Instagram like I did with my other Q&A, so I have the screenshots here and we are gonna go through them and answer some.
You got the little thing on your nose.
Do I?
Got it.
Okay. The first question is, were you and Drew love at first sight?
Yes, for me.
Yeah.
Probably no for you.
Well, no. Okay, it wasn't like love at first sight, but it was like, ooh, who's that boy?
I don't know.
So Drew and I went to the same high school. We are high school sweethearts. So Drew is actually 1 year younger than I am. He was a freshman when I was a sophomore. So I actually do remember like the first time I ever saw you. It was the back of your head. We were in chorus class and I remember I told you this story.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw the back of your head and I was like, ooh, that's nice looking at. I think that's like what I was thinking. I was like, ooh.
Probably saw those ears.
I was like,
nice.
No, but you're a cute boy, and I was pretty much our love conspired. That's not the word. Our love. You know what word I'm talking about?
Perspired.
No, it's not. Our love transpired. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Okay, so.
Do you? Okay, I'm gonna let you go sleep.
Oh yeah.
What's that song?
What's that?
By John Mayo? John Mayo? Mayer. Mayer. Mayo.
Okay, we're back, guys.
He sings a song about higher something, right?
I don't know. We'll look it up after.
John Mayo. Okay.
Sorry guys, we had to let Athena out because she had to go pee, but we're back. Okay, so we were talking about, was it love at first sight? And that kind of gets into another question on here asking how we met. And that's a very frequently asked question. So we met in high school in chorus class. What really brought us together, we were cast as lovers in our high school play. So what play was that? It was Scrooge.
It was Scrooge, yeah.
Yeah. So Drew was the young Ebenezer and I was, what is the girl's name?
I think it's Isabel. Sweet Pooch. And we're back.
So Drew was the young Ebenezer and I was the love interest. Isabel. So we had to practice together and we were just both so young and innocent. Yeah. You're super shy.
Around you, yes.
Yeah. But yeah, you're just like totally in love with me.
Head over heels.
And I was just like...
More to follow.
Yes, yes. We're gonna do a more in-depth video of how we met
Yeah.
because it's super cute.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna put in some like video, some old video in there and some old photos in there. So we'll do a more in-depth video on that. So I got another question of who initiated the first kiss.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was on our TikTok question thing.
Was it?
Yeah.
Funny story. Should we tell the holding hands story?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we were super young and we were
Super-
just taking a walk together.
Yep.
And we had never like, I mean, we haven't held hands. This is before we kissed or anything. But yeah, we were friends for a long time before any of that happened.
Yeah. It was in the summertime. We would meet almost every day, and we would just
Yeah.
walk down this old railroad track. We would walk for, I don't know, hours.
Yeah, and just talk.
And one day I was like trying to work up the nerve to like just grab her hand and hold it. But instead I was like, Emily, I had a dream last night. And she was like, what was it? And I'm like, I had a dream that we were walking down the tracks and I grabbed your hand and it fell off.
I thought you said and it melted.
Well, regardless.
Yeah.
Melted, fell off, something ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then do you remember what your response was?
Didn't I say like, should we see or something?
Something to that effect.
Like, let's try.
It was like, I don't think that'll happen if you grab it now. And so I grabbed her hand, and then the rest is history.
Man.
9 months later, we had a baby.
No.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, this is interesting. What advice do you have for couples still in school hoping to get married young?
I would say take your time,
Yeah.
because getting married, it is a big deal.
Yeah. It's definitely, yeah, it's not something that you should rush into. If you're dating someone in high school and you're talking about you both want to get married, I'd say definitely wait a couple years at least. I know that, I mean, it sounds weird that we're saying that because we got married so young, but Drew and I talked about getting married like quite often when we were in high school. We never thought we'd get married so young, but when we got pregnant, we decided that we wanted to be married before we had Ella. And that was another question on here too.
Okay. What was
Like,
the
would
question?
we have still gotten married if we didn't get pregnant with Ella so young?
Eventually, yes.
Yeah.
Not right away. Once Emily got pregnant, I was very adamant about getting married, and from what I learned growing up, it's the right thing to do. And a little personal history for you. I was adopted when I was 5 years old, but prior to that, my biological mom and dad were not great parents, to put it lightly. Well, obviously,
They were taken away.
yeah. And so my dad was never in the picture, and that's a painful experience for anyone who grew up without their father. And so once Emily showed me the pregnancy test that she was pregnant with Ella, like the first thing through my mind is like, this child is going to know who I am. I will always be in her life. Like, my children will never for a day wonder who their father is.
Yeah. And that really is the commitment that got us through a lot of hard times too.
And that's not to say we didn't love each other. We did.
But there's a lot of ups
But,
and downs
yeah.
when you're that young and you pretty much dive into marriage and you dive into parenthood. It's a lot to figure out.
Yeah. And to speak to Emily's patience and kindness, we wouldn't have gotten through those times without you. And I was pretty naive and immature. Obviously, I mean, I was a senior in high school. But that really straightened me out.
Yeah, no, like when we got pregnant, it like shook us up. It was like it turned our world upside down. And I said for the better. It really did.
It did, 100%.
I think if we could choose now, like if we could go back, we would have not gotten married right away.
No.
But yeah, we felt, I don't know, we were so young, we were just trying to do the right thing, and we thought getting married was the right thing.
Yeah.
I don't know, do you. Don't like be afraid of what other people think of you.
Yeah.
Like if you're a couple and you have a great relationship and like, I don't know, it's just do what you want to do.
Yeah. That is a very good point.
Yeah.
I would say don't listen to what people say, but like, there are always going to be people who say like, oh, you're too young to get married, you don't know what you're doing, you're not going to make it. come on now. If you guys love each other, if you're committed to the relationship,
Yeah.
if you put your significant other above yourself, that's the biggest
Yeah.
thing you can do.
Whether you get married at 40 or 20, those are all things that you have to learn together in a marriage anyways. So I don't think it really matters what age you start.
And the cool thing is about getting married, getting married very young, is that Emily and I are best friends. Like,
yeah.
And so we have so much history together. So we've known each other for over 10 years now.
And we grew up together. We went through a lot of struggles, and we came out. We came out of them, our relationship, better than ever.
Yeah.
I know I answered this question on my last Q&A, but I keep getting questions about if we're gonna have more kids. So Drew took one for the team, and he got snipped.
Men, it's much safer to get snipped than to put that on your partner. So
yeah, it's a lot more invasive for me to be permanently fixed than for Drew. It's you're like in and out in an hour when you get a vasectomy, right?
Yeah. I won't say it was painless, but it was pretty quick.
Well, you didn't really have the greatest experience, but...
No.
But I'm very thankful.
Should we go into that?
So pretty much what happened is that Drew went in to get his vasectomy, and they didn't give him enough drugs. They, misjudged how much...
numbing agent.
Numbing stuff that you needed.
So the doc got in there, and I kind of I was like,
you flinched. Yeah.
And he was like, you can feel that? I was like, yes. He's like, oh man. Gave me more shots. I could still feel it.
Yeah.
Got 4 rounds of shots, and then I couldn't feel it.
Oh, and you were in so much pain when you came out. I think you started crying.
I mean, it was painful.
Yeah. But it's not, don't let that scare you away, because it's not like that most of the time. But you're all good now. Doesn't hurt. It's like it never even happened. Yeah, answering the question, we can't have any more kids because Drew is...
shooting blanks.
Yeah. And we made this decision together mutually a few years ago after we had Esme.
Yeah. 3 kids is a good number, I think.
Yeah.
I love my girls, and I got my boy, so...
Yeah.
And they're all so unique.
They're really good kids.
I think anybody with a couple of different kids will tell you that they're so different.
Yes, they are. They're all so
and
different.
they're all just fun in their own way. They all have their own little personalities, and Ella is Miss Sassafras.
Yeah.
Because she's sassy.
Well, she's just
Esme
she's not like a bad sassy. She's
she's
a confident.
Funny. She's very confident.
And she's she's sassy in a funny way, not like a rude sassy.
Right. Esme is our little Sour Pouch kid, because she would do something bad, and then she would be super sweet
afterwards.
Yeah. And she would give us kisses.
And Emmett is super, super sweet.
And
he's a little shy.
Yeah, pretty reserved.
He's really smart.
He's
funny.
He's very smart.
We call him Bud.
Bud.
He's our Bud.
He's my little bud.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you live near family? If not, how is it raising kids without help from family members? That's one of the hardest parts for me about being in the military, is that we're now stationed in Utah and our family's all back in Michigan. And some of my brothers are spread out across the US, but it's really tough because we can't just take leave whenever we want.
It's just so far away. It would take us days to drive there. But yeah, it's pretty hard tough. Not having family close. It stinks that that our parents can't see the kids very often. We can't really take very many date nights or anything because we can't just drop the kids off at grandma's.
Yeah.
And I have a hard time trusting people, so I can't just hire a babysitter that I don't know. So we usually wait to take date nights when our family visits us.
Yeah.
But
I will say though, I don't think date nights are all that they're cracked up to be.
Yeah, we have date nights at home.
Yeah.
And we're both homebodies anyways. We like to chill at home. But yeah, there's lots of fun things you can do at home.
Yeah, it's more so about, date nights are more so about spending time together. And I think if you're
connecting,
if you're intentional about spending time together, you can do it wherever. It doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter if the kids are upstairs sleeping.
Yeah, obviously it's worked because
they're sleeping right now.
No. Obviously, like, date nights at home have worked for us because we have been doing that for years now.
This is true.
And we're still, you know, keeping our relationship fresh and fun.
Superfly.
Yeah. That was another question that reminds me. Do you believe in love after all of these years together?
Do I believe in love? Well,
Yeah.
love is a choice. Like you choose to love somebody day after day after day.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, you're not always gonna feel the feeling. You're not always gonna feel like, oh my goodness, this is the coolest person on earth, especially when your significant other is getting on your nerves.
Yeah.
Which is bound to happen, of course. Two imperfect people living in close quarters.
Especially during this quarantine. It's really testing.
For real. She's
No, but
annoying as all get up.
This is probably like the worst time for us to make a couples Q&A because we're like a little more irritated with each other than normal, you know?
Because we've been together non-stop for a month.
Yeah.
But the point being, love is a decision.
Yeah.
It's not a feeling. Because feelings fade, feelings go away. But it's committing to love your significant other over and over again.
Yeah.
Every day.
And as you
choose.
do that, like those feelings of like falling in love like come again.
Yeah. Well, like we are inseparable. Like when I have to go TUI, I hate it because I hate leaving home. I hate leaving Emily and the kids.
Yeah.
It's always tough. Emily and I spend most of our waking time together.
And Drew has always had like really good work hours. Like he has weekends off and he works pretty much like...
Well, except for in the very beginning. In
Yeah.
the very beginning of our marriage, I was working whenever I possibly could.
Right. But now...
I work office hours, so it's nothing crazy. Of course, there are times where I have to work extra, or there are times that I have to go TDY. TDY, for those of you who are unfamiliar, it's a business trip, essentially.
That just started last year, so we weren't used to that. You going away for a few days at a time, so that was really hard for us because we've been pretty lucky so far with just getting to spend a lot of time with you.
Yeah.
So pretty much we didn't realize like how much we love being with each other until, well,
I think we knew how much we loved being with each other.
But
we didn't realize how hard it would be being apart.
Yeah.
For that long, that often. I guess that is one positive part of this.
What?
Is that I haven't gone TUI.
Yeah. We've got to spend more time with
all of the time together.
Yeah. Do you have any advice for young couples getting married?
Be patient. Put your spouse's needs before your own. Have frank conversations.
Yeah, communication.
Communication is super important, and I was pretty bad at it for our first couple of years of marriage, I think. Well, of course, in retrospect, you're going to be anything that you're working towards and you're growing in any area. You're going to look back and you'll be like, man, I was bad at that. But communication has been an area of focus for us for the past couple of years.
Yeah, we've been really good at communicating in the last few years.
Because
than we have, before that.
Being honest with like the stuff that your spouse does that just annoys you is very important. We have two halves of our bathroom sink. It's very important to me that Emily respect that boundary. And if I'm not communicating that, I'm just looking at that sink every morning and be like, man, her hair ties are all over my sink again.
Yeah, you don't want things to build up. You want to communicate. Yeah. Don't let it build up so much where you're going to explode. Communicate. In a nice way. You don't want to be like rude about it, but
respect is also very important. And these are all things you learn in time. Just focus on each other, focus on your relationship.
I don't know, just have fun. Hopefully you're marrying your best friend.
Yeah.
Definitely say marry your best friend.
Support each other's interests. That's pretty important.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's a good one. Because yes, we are a couple and that we each have our own interests. And yeah, you should be supportive and cheering each other on.
Yeah, just focus on each other and have fun. That's a big part of our relationship. And
just not taking things too seriously.
Yeah.
Like you know, there's gonna be stressful times, but like try not to take everything so seriously.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's probably a lot more that we could say, but I can't think of anything else right now.
How did you choose your kids' names? I like that question.
Do you?
Because we loved the name Ella. We both loved the name Ella.
That was like a name that I picked out like when I was young. Like if I ever had a girl, her name would be Ella.
Mm-hmm. And then Emmett. I love the name Emmett. It means strong and manly.
Does it?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I like it.
Yeah, we really liked the name Emmett.
Yeah.
So then we were like, oh, looks like we're going with an E theme.
Yeah.
So when we found out
Esme.
we were pregnant, and then with another girl, I loved the name Esme, but I didn't want people to think that we were naming our kids after Twilight.
Yeah. And I was like, babe, stop. Nobody's gonna think that. We just picked Ella.
But
Emmett,
there
and
are
Esme.
people who think that we named our kids after
A lot of people ask, did you name your kids after Twilight? No, we didn't. Although,
Just-
I mean, I liked the movies.
Ooh, you're gonna get burned for that.
I don't care if I get burned. Listen, I don't care if I get burned for that. The movies were a solid story. I enjoyed the movies.
But I was like really hesitant about naming our daughter Esme because even though I love the name so
Yeah.
much, I just didn't want people to think we were being
Yeah.
cheesy and naming our kids after Twilight. But Drew convinced
still-
me. He's like, who cares?
I stand by the names.
Yeah.
I love all of our kids' names.
Yeah, I do. I'm glad that we went
Mm-hmm.
with all the names that we did and we stuck to our E theme.
Yeah.
All right, guys, so that is all the questions we are going to answer for now. You guys leave some more questions for us in the comments and we can do another Q&A. Maybe we can do a juicier Q&A. I know people like that. Our battery is going to die though, so I just want to like end this before it cuts out. But
Thank you so much for watching.
and subscribe if you're not already. If there's any other kind of videos you'd like to see us do as a couple, leave some ideas below. Yeah, see you guys next time. Bye. Oh, that tightens it. Forgot about that. Good job. All right, I'm afraid I'm gonna be too loud. Okay. I don't want to be too quiet. Okay.
Just talk normally.
All right. Hi guys. No. Seems so loud. Hi guys. Okay, wait.
Hey guys.
Wait a second. Okay. Say that again. What's this?
Her name was Isabel.
Okay. 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 Yeah, her name was Isabel. I just.
Honey, she'll stop.
Okay. Her name was Isabel.